All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a little while. It's been close to 2 weeks now, almost, since the last video. I've just been, not uploading videos. Main reason being the space thing. I still don't have anywhere to put a lot of these new cars that I'm opening, and it's a little tiny bit stressful, but whatever. I missed you guys. So we're back for another video. Now, I have seen a couple comments talking about this kind of stuff. For today's video, as you can probably already tell, if not by the title, then by what we're looking at here, we are going to go over a boatload of, these are all Johnny Lightning dragsters. I've gotten, a few people have asked me during the top 10 videos, somebody asked about a top 10 dragsters video, which it would be like picking my favorite child. Another person asked if I had seen the Dragsters USA series from Johnny Lightning, and boy have I. So, real quick. So, hold on, let's get some light. Alright, that's a little better. So this is my enormous display shelf. There's about 300 cars or so on this shelf. But, so from here up, these are all my Dragsters USA cars from Johnny Lightning. I bought a lot of individual ones, as well as a lot of... or not a lot of, but I had the 12-pack, the Johnny Lightning Dragsters USA 12-pack from, I believe, 1998, 99 or something. But they are one of my favorite series from Johnny Lightning, along with the Stock Car Legends. These are just some of my absolute favorites. I've got all kinds of good stuff in here, some duplicates even. So there's a Ram Charger, there's the Christine 58 Plymouth Fury. That is not a Dragsters USA car. That's a Hall & Hearst, but I just tossed it in there because it looks cool. Blue Max Mustang. There's one variation of the Revolution, Revell Revolution. Another Hawaiian Dodge Charger. I've got a lot of the Hawaiian Chargers. Cop Car Camaro, that Motown Shaker, Motown Madness. Yeah, Motown Shaker there with the flames. There's a Dragon Lady, Gone in 60 Seconds. There's a proper coloration of a Sox and Martin car. So the Sox and Martin cars should be red, white, and blue. That yellow one over there I have is just a Johnny Lightning alternate color variation. That is a 50th anniversary Hawaiian Charger. Again, not a Dragsters USA, but recently released from Johnny Lightning. I believe 2019. That guy came out there. Moving on, I have another Chi-Town Hustler. I think I have 2 or 3 Chi-Town Hustlers there on the end. The Uncle Sam. We have the Lady Liberty to go along with that one today. Slammin', what does that say? Slammin' Sammy. So, and today we have Lady Liberty as well to go along with Slammin' Sammy. So, the Jukebox 55 Ford, Nitro Santa. There's another Chi-Town Hustler. Gene Snow's Snow Monster thing. Green Hawaiian. Yet another Hawaiian. That's a slightly earlier Charger. I forget. I think that's later. Western Auto. The Slice car, that's another later Dragsters USA car from Johnny Lightning. Alternate color, the Jukebox 55 Ford. The Wonder Wagon, little Chevy Vega. Another Chi-Town Hustler there in a dark green. What's that purple Vega out on the end? What's his name? Barry Setzer. Yeah. Alternate color variation, another Wonder Wagon Vega up there, another Revolution. I forget what that orange El Camino thing is. It's not a Dragsters USA, but it's cool, and I put it up there with them. What is that green one? Who are you? My finger doesn't really fit up there. Can I see that? It's a green one. And then up here we have another Hawaiian Charger, and this Blue Max, which is actually a Racing Champions Mint. I have a video specifically about this guy. This is a Racing Champions Mint car from a couple years ago, maybe like 2021. But if you look underneath, It's literally just a rebranded Johnny Lightning from like the mid-90s. So, you know, I just stuck that up there with the rest of my Dragsters USA series. So, unfortunately, I can't really do a top 10 out of these. I mean, God, I've got 6 deep on each shelf. There's 6, 12, 18, 24, math, 30. Here we go. I have like 30 of them here, so, you know. But those are my dragsters that I have already collected from Johnny Lightning. And this is not, that's just my my Johnny Lightning dragsters. I've got other stuff too, like a pair of gassers there. I've got, you know, gassers all over the place from all different brands and whatnot. And then up here, we have 4 of the top fuel legends from Johnny Lightning. We'll be checking out some of those today. I believe Jeb Allen, Tony Nancy. Who's that? Tommy Ivo? Io? I don't know. And then Don Garlett's Wins Charge. We actually have another one of Don Garlett's cars today. So those are my Johnny Lightning Top Fuel Legends, if you're new to the channel. But now that we're 6 minutes into this fiasco over here, let's start opening up some new stuff. Wait. I have exhibition cars too. There's the LA Dart, the Harry Olds. I just got a comment about that. I forget what the comment was. I'll have to go back and read that. But there's my Hearst Harry Olds. The Hemi Underglass. Who's that? Grumpy's Toy. Another pro stock. Dino Don. There's the Dodge A100, the Thunder Wagon, and the Hemi Express. I think I have some more exhibition cars up there. Maybe not. I don't know. Anywho, getting a little distracted from all that. I know I'm cutting into our unboxing time. Let's check out what we're going to look at today. So I'm going to start off completely backwards. We'll go from right to left just to keep you confused. First up, let's bring the light back over. Come here. Light. There we go. First up, I'm going to talk about this a little bit. This is a Johnny Lightning red card. If you know what a red card is, basically it says our new Johnny Lightning red card series is crafted with die-cast metal bodies and chassis plus plastic parts, as if plastic parts are now a bonus. They're not, but we've molded ultra-popular models that belong in every die-cast collection. Collect them all. Basically, the red cards are the cheap line, but this is an old one. This is from like 2000 or something, and it's a pretty cool GTO, kind of a pro street looking, you know, big tire car. So that's kind of cool. Next up, we have 4 different Pro Street cars. We'll start off with a classic. This one's a classic gold series. Sorry, I just hit you with it. The 1969 Pro Street Camaro. We also have another 1969 Pro Street Camaro. So there you see the picture that the car is based off of. And there, of course, on the card is the actual car that each of these are based off of. So these are not just color variations. These are actually replicas of 2 different cars. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, these guys are color variations. So here is the 1966 Pro Street. As you can see, in a nice turquoise. They painted the one window. That looks... Anyway, you can see it is actually a turquoise car in real life by Dan Scott. So that's collector number 33. Now over here, number 7, same picture, same color car, but now we have an alternate paint scheme in the purple. That's collector number 7. So that is the difference between alternate paint schemes for the same car and, you know, obviously 2 different cars for the Pro Street stuff. So that's very cool. Next up, I guess these are kind of pro stock, right? Sort of, kind of. They're both 71 Cudas. As I talked about earlier, this is the 71 Sox and Martin in kind of an ugly paint scheme. I didn't want this car. I was at a diecast convention, and this guy had like a whole table of Johnny Lightnings, and he saw me looking at them, of course. And so he comes over and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got everything. I'm like, "Sure, man. You got any Dragsters USA?" He's like, "Yeah, I got. You like Sox and Martin cars?" And he opens his bin, and it's the only one in there that's a Sox and Martin car. And he pulls it out and hands it to me. He's like, "Hey, there you go, man." I was like, "I guess I gotta buy it now," and I did. But fortunately, it was like only like $2 or something. But yeah, I wasn't crazy about the alternate paint scheme Sox and Martin. I really like the red, white, and blue Sox and Martin car. Like the one we just saw right here. That guy looks a lot better. But still cool looking 71 CUDA. And then we have Lights Out Liberty. Now this is a fantasy car. I don't think this is based off an actual car. But I have the other car that was kind of marketed with it, Slam and Sammy. So there's the Uncle Sam car, although, here, I'll focus on that a little better so you can get some of the detail. There you go. There's Slam and Sammy. Uncle Sam wants you to have a great summer. And then Lights Out Lady Liberty. And then, there, of course, there's Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty. They're racing together. So now I have both of those cars. Very cool. Gold bases under these, interestingly enough. I don't think they're not chase cars or anything, so they're not like a White Lightning or anything like that. But they just have, some of them have gold bases. Zoom back out here, sorry. Next up, Tim Beebe in Beebe and Mulligan in the 1968 season Top Fuel Dragster. Very, very cool looking. And then in the 1979 season, this is Don Garlett's Swamp Rat 24. We've seen Don Garlett's Winds Charger. That was the one we just looked at up on the shelf. This is the other one. I like to point this out. This is a little cool fact my dad told me about. Early model Top Fuel Dragsters and late model Top Fuel Dragsters. What do you notice about the driver to engine orientation? The old ones, the engine was in front of the driver. Well, they learned that when a Top Fuel engine detonates and blows apart, the pieces have a tendency to go that way. So they started putting the engine behind the drivers for safety and survival measures. That'd be a terrible way to go. All right, next up, down here on the end, this is one of the only Racing Dreams cars that I have. This is the Beverages series, the little Hawaiian Punch Dodge Challenger. I thought this was just the coolest thing ever. It's another fantasy car, but I saw it and picked it up, and then my girlfriend saw me looking at it, and she was like, "You should buy that one. That one's cool." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this one." Very, very cool looking car. Yeah, again, not much to say about it other than it's a fantasy Hawaiian Punch car. Oh, this is another Racing Dreams one. I don't think this is a real replica of a U.S. Army car, although there are U.S. Army sponsored vehicles in the NHRA and drag racing and whatnot. I don't think this is an actual replica of anything. This is, again, Racing Dreams. The greatest race cars that never were. So this is probably a fantasy car. And that leaves us down here on the end with the Racing Machines. Difference between Racing Dreams and Racing Machines. Racing Machines are actual replicas of real cars. So this is the 1998 Johnny Lightning funny car. It's their funny car. Which I thought was just the coolest thing in the world. You get the little playing mantis there. He's grabbing the wheel. Look at his face. Frank Pedregon. I have some of Cruz Pedregon's dragsters in my drawer down here. I'm not crazy about them, but yeah. So that is, oh my gosh, we are 15 minutes into this video, and we haven't even opened anything yet. So, all right, let's start opening stuff. Gosh, I'm here talking your guys' ears off. All right, so I've got all of the Pro Street stuff opened up here. Let's start off with this really nice pair of 66 Chevelles. These are Chevelles, right? Yeah, it's a Chevelle. Yeah. I'm not crazy. Yeah, let's start off with the Chevelles. We'll check these guys out. Unfortunately, like I said, these are older Johnny Lightnings, so I don't really have any any fun facts to read off for you guys, but that doesn't mean we can't take a good look at these. Very, very nice cars, although one wish is that one would stay on the lift, and that they hadn't painted that window up on the A-pillar. Like that front little triangle window there. I don't know why that's painted. I guess it's too small of a detail to make cast as a piece of plastic, but even if they had just painted it chrome or something, it would have looked better. You can tell these are earlier Johnny Lightnings just by the orange peel on the paint there. Yikes. Whew. Somebody had their eyes closed when they sprayed that one. Jeez Louise. Either way, it's still a really cool looking car. Our little SS badge up in the front there. So Pro Street cars are basically dragsters that you can still drive on the street, from my understanding. Usually privately owned, whereas like the Top Fuel stuff, you know, kind of have like part of a race team or something. Although it's never, you know, it's not unheard of to have a privately owned Top Fuel dragster team. Just like a single car, one person. But these are not quite as crazy as the Top Fuel stuff. Go ahead and check out the purple one here. Again, like I said, this is basically a version A and B of the same car here. I don't know why this one doesn't want to sit on the lift, though. It's driving me nuts. Just stay. Why are you like this? Alright, that's good enough. This one definitely looks a bit better. The paint, I mean, looks a bit better. I like the light blue as a color more. The metal flake metallic look of this, as well as the fact that the paint is level and not all lumpy. Definitely scores some points there. Really good looking car, just overall. Very cool. I like that big hood scoop on there. Big wing on the back. Definitely very dragster looking. Very, very cool. And we did get, let's take a peek underneath these, as we always forget. We got one polished, one not polished. 1997 playing Mantis. There we go, we can read. And then we have our little collector number thing there. Very, very cool. So that is the 266 Chevelles. There's the little tokens that come with them, number 33 and number 7. Dan Scott, that's his Chevelle, I guess. Next up, let's get the 269 Chevy Camaro. It's interesting that it just lists them as a 1969 Pro Street. It doesn't say 1969 Pro Street Camaro. It just says Pro Street. This one is a part of the Classic Gold collection, so a bit more detail on here. We have a name on the door, some sponsorship decals, Redline oil. Yeah, very, very good looking. I absolutely love that hood scoop, how it just takes up the entire windshield. Very, very cool looking. There's a big cat hair on there. Get that off. Goodbye. Very cool looking car. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at the blue one. This one came with a collector coin there. There's a picture of the actual car. Number 13, Tom Hammonds. Did we have a name? Pat what? Pat Moosey? I don't know. But it looks like that's the name of the driver for that one. And then, yeah, Tom Hammonds. Here is his 69 Pro Street Camaro. Another very cool one. I like the little graphics on there. Definitely very 90s looking graphics. You can tell these were probably like, you know, muscle cars that you would see at the drag strip in the 1990s just by like based on some of these graphics, like the colorful stripes just screams 1990s, especially this the GTO as well. They didn't give a year for this one. It's just called the Goin' Goat. Right? That's all it was called. Yeah, Goin' Goat. Looks like a 69 or 70 GTO. That looks like a 70, right? Right. Again, very, very cool car. Nice detail on there, but not crazy about the plastic tires on this one. So we'll go ahead and swap that out so you can get a look at that one on the lift as well. I know if it seems like I'm kind of rushed to get through some of these, I am just not trying to waste a lot of time because got a lot of cars to get through. I know my videos have been a little longer lately. I've been doing more cars per video, but I don't know. I like to get through some of this stuff with you guys. Very nice detail there with the parachute. That looks really good. Do we have a parachute? Yeah, these both the 69s have parachutes. Chrome base on that one. And chrome base on that one. And then our GTO has a non-polished base. So, very, very cool. That is the Pro Street stuff. All the different Pro Street cars. Can we zoom out a little bit? There we go. So I'll go ahead and tuck all of these, what is that, five cards into my little bin here. If I can fit them. There we go. And we will move on to, let's do the Top Fuel Legends and the Dragsters USA. So we'll get those guys all opened up. All right, here we go. Let's zoom in here, and I will bring the Sox and Martin car over first. All right, lost my train of thought there. Had to pause the video. So here we have the alternate color variation of the Sox and Martin 71 Plymouth Barracuda. Like I said before, I'm not crazy about this alternate color variation with the Sox and Martin. I don't know. The Sox and Martin was always one of my favorite cars growing up. I used to see, there was a Sox and Martin car always at this car show I used to go to as a kid, and it's just an important car to me. So what I'm going to do is move that ketchup and mustard and bring in the red, white, and blue proper color variation of the Sox and Martin car, and we can just look at this one because this looks better. Sweet looking car. It's a 71 Barracuda. Really, really nice. Yeah, all right, fine. I'll bring the other one back. Yeah. I don't know, I'm just, that yellow and black and red just ain't doing it for me. It really isn't. I didn't want that car. Anyway, so that's the Sox and Martin Barracuda. I actually have another Sox and Martin car that we can, that we'll go over in the near future, and we'll talk a little bit more about Ronnie Sox and his buddy Martin, whose full name escapes me at the moment. But anywho, this is Lights Out Liberty, another 71 Barracuda. Again, kind of a pro stock look to it. It really, you know, it's not all stretched out. You got big tires under the back, but looks to be pretty stock-ish. Or was that Pro Mod? What is Pro Modify? I always forget my dragster drag racing classes, and I said something about this in a recent video, and somebody filled me in, and now I can't remember what they told me. But anyway, what I'm most excited about here is the fact that I now have the Slammin' Sammy car and the Lights Out Liberty car, just like on the packaging. I remember when I got the Slammin' Sammy car, I had seen the Lights Out Liberty car and went, oh, cool, there's probably another one out there. I got to find that one. So I have finally found it. We've got both of them. I'm not sure what the occasion was for these two cars, but maybe this Summerfest American style. Johnny Lightning Summerfest. It doesn't really... Oh, here we go. All right, for the sake of time, if you would like to read about the Johnny Lightning Summerfest cars, you can go ahead and pause the video on that, but I'm not going to read you that entire novel about cars that were released in the summer. Let's get into our top fuelers. These two I'm really hype about. I love Johnny Lightning Top Fuel Legends. This is one of the reasons right here, is trying to put them on the lift is probably one of the most hilarious things I do on this channel. This one's actually like perfect. They sit directly down the middle of the lift posts. So if we take a closer look, we'll start off with our boy Don Garlitz here, Big Daddy. They actually sit perfectly in between the slots on the lift post there, towards the back of the car, at least on that one, and it holds the car really nicely. I don't know, it's just satisfying to look at, I guess. Really, really cool car. It's basically a pencil with wheels, and then it's got, 5,000 horsepower V8 strapped to the back of it. Top Fuel dragsters, as we know, fastest accelerating thing on Earth. And it's powered by a V8, so if you're ever wondering. Very cool car, though, and so we'll take a quick look at the card that does come with it. So there is Mr. Don Garlitz doing a big nasty burnout, Top Fuel burnout. You can actually see the tires deforming when they spin. They actually expand outward because of they're just spinning so damn hard. The what's it called? Centrifugal force? Centrifugal. Nothing on the back of the card there. But again, very, very cool car. Got like a Navy sponsorship down the front there. Lots of different decals on the side. Very, very cool. Beautiful detail in this casting. And this will look absolutely fantastic with the rest of my Top Fuel Legends. Spoiler's a little crooked there. Where's the... No. Is it? Am I crazy? Or is it the axle? Maybe it's how it's sitting. I don't know. Not important. Doesn't actually have to go down the drag strip. Look at the little Moon Eyes sticker there. That's cool. Yeah, like I talked about earlier when these were still in the box. So if you notice, this is from the 1979 season. 1979, we'd become a little bit more safety conscious and started putting the engines behind the drivers. Because if you look, so this is a 1968 season car. This is Tim Beebe and Mulligan. There's a good example. So if you look very closely, not only can you see the driver sitting there directly behind that engine, but he actually has a gas mask on, so he's not huffing straight exhaust fumes in his face. But like I said, the reasoning behind the moving the engine behind the driver from in front of the driver is because the superchargers on here. So if you know anything about Top Fuel dragsters, I'm sure you've heard horror stories about superchargers, this gold piece here. If it overboosts or, builds too much pressure, if one thing, goes microscopically wrong, the whole engine just, turns into a glitter bomb. And engine pieces hurt when you're going 300 miles an hour, especially if they're coming straight back and hitting you in the face. That's not a pretty way to go out. Very messy. So, I'm sure the NHRA got tired of cleaning up the drag strip after stuff like that, so they started putting the engines behind the driver. Not making it, it's not like it was completely safe then, Stuff can still fly forward from, an engine that is behind you. You are still sitting in front of it. Like if, something goes this way, you're still in trouble, but certainly better than getting a face full of supercharger. Either way, though, really, really cool looking car. I absolutely love the paint job on here. This green is something else, man. That is so cool looking. Green on green. Very sharp looking car. Probably looked awesome going down the drag strip. So that is the end of chapter 2 here with our Top Fuels and our weirdly painted Sox and Martin cars. Let's scoot this stuff back. So next we are going to get into our funny cars. We have the Playing Mantis car as well as the 2 fantasy cars. Did we look at all of our stuff? Yeah, we looked at the 2 cards for the top fuels. There is the poker chip, or a little collector chip that comes with the Sox and Martin car. And there is the Lights Out Liberty collector chip. So I've got lots of little collector chips and cards out the wazoo. So lots of new decorations for the wall here. Exciting stuff. I know we did a wall update in the last video, but that was 2 weeks ago. So maybe we'll do another one soon. I don't know. I haven't really gathered that much more stuff. Anywho, let's get into, we've got the Hawaiian Punch and the U.S. Army car, as well as the Playing Mantis funny car. So let's crack these guys open. All right, so we've got everybody opened up, including funny car back here, this guy. Let's start off with the Hawaiian Punch car. This is a cool one. Hawaiian Punch, yeah. I love that stuff. Hawaiian Punch is delicious. 325 FC. I know that stands for funny car. Usually if the body opens up like that, it is just a fiberglass body, so that means it's a funny car. Got a Valvoline sponsor back there. Let's see, what's it say across the hood? I believe this is a Challenger, if I'm not mistaken. Taillight details, parachute details. The spoiler is multicolored. We have rubber tires on here. I love to see that. A lot of the Dragsters USA series cars, I know I complained about plastic tires on the GTO, but a lot of the older Dragsters USA series cars from the 90s are in fact plastic tire cars. So it is nice to see a Dragsters USA type casting with rubber tires, especially ones with tread on them. Those look really good. Wow, look at that. That back right tire actually still has some of the oil on it from packaging. I didn't like wet that or anything since I took it out of the box. So that's been in there since, let's see, 1998 is when that oil is from. That's interesting. I don't know why I'm so interested by the oil on the tire. Sorry. Yeah, very cool looking car. Let's go ahead and close it. Well, take a peek inside. You do have the roll cage detail, the big blower and air scoop in there. Little forks to hold the body open. I love that about Johnny Lightning, although Hot Wheels has been doing that same thing, I think, with some of their funny cars, or if not Hot Wheels, maybe somebody else. Yeah, really, really cool car. It says on the hood here, how about a nice Hawaiian Punch? Ooh. And then we drop the car. If you remember the old Hawaiian Punch commercial from the 90s, the guy would like open the refrigerator and the Hawaiian Punch guy was in there and he'd, punch him right in the face and he'd be like, oh, that was delicious. Stupid commercial, but really funny. Very, very cool car. We do have a card here. It says Beverages Series, Hawaiian Punch. They also have like the candy bar series. They got like a Twix one, I think, and like a Snickers or something. Race car. Hawaiian Punch profile. There's a lot to read there. So if you want to go ahead and hit the pause video, or hit the pause button, and you can go ahead and give that a read. Yeah. Very interesting stuff. Hawaiian Punch. Next up, we are going to check out the U.S. Army car. I believe this guy is a Charger, not a Challenger, like the Hawaiian Punch car. This is a Charger. Later model Charger. U.S. Army has, if I'm not mistaken, the U.S. Army has a couple sponsorships for like race cars and stuff. I know there was a U.S. Army NASCAR sponsorship thing going on there. There was a U.S. Army car. But again, being that this is a Racing Dreams series, this is more than likely a fantasy car. Again, though, rubber tires on there, all the detail we want to see. Nice body post holder thing. And if I've never shown you guys how these work, or if you're new to the channel and don't remember my whole Dragsters USA phase, basically what it is you can see that pin up there that kind of holds this in place. So what you do is you stick your finger in there and just fold that down, and there you go. And I think that's a great, great, great design for these things. It works really well. It holds them up just fine. And it's nice that you can lock them in place like that with that little tab. There's the Army slogan on the back there, "Be all that you can be, U.S. Army." Very, very cool car. I like the camouflage on here. I get picky when it comes to like camouflage stuff, but it's a U.S. Army themed race car. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. The camo looks really cool. Very neat. And then we have the card to go along with this. So this is the Armed Forces series, the U.S. Army one. And it tells you a little bit about... Oh, so there's an actual U.S. Army dragsters. The early 70s, there's been a steady flow of patriotic-looking red, white, and blue Army funny cars burning up the strips, but we thought we'd paint an early 70s flopper the way the Army would if they were really running their own vehicle in true military camouflage colors. Okay, so this is basically just Johnny Lightning just wanted to paint a U.S. Army car in camouflage instead of red, white, and blue. Yeah, fair enough. At least they're honest about it. Cool-looking car. Definitely dig it. So we had a polished base on this guy, and a polished base on there as well. Nice. I don't know why, I just like the polished ones a little better. I guess they look better. Makes the exhaust pipes on the side stand out a little better. And that actually brings us to our last car here, so we'll go ahead and move that out of the way. And here we go. This is the Johnny Lightning. It's the Johnny Lightning sponsored Johnny Lightning funny car with the little praying mantis on the side there, crane cams it looks like. We got the moon eyes down at the bottom. All kinds of different little sponsorships there. Again, all the detail you love to see. Roll cage, body post, rubber tires, Goodyears on there. Very nice wheels on there. Jim Dunn Racing. And then it's got a whole bunch of stuff written on the spoiler there. I don't even know what that says. It might just be names of people who helped out. Oh my God, no way. It's an Intrepid. So, where's my other? I have another funny car from around the same time period as this Johnny Lightning here. This is the Western Auto Slick 50. This was a Pontiac Firebird. That's actually part of the reason I got it. It's because it was a Pontiac Firebird. I did not think about what kind of car this is. It's a friggin' Dodge Intrepid, dude. Ew. Ugh. What a terrible car. I mean, it's not, obviously, you know, it's just a fiberglass body, but it probably said... oh my God, look. Ew, there it is. No, I think this is an Avenger. I think this might be a Dodge Avenger body. Either way, ugh. Ew. Poopy car. But I'm sure this one's, you know, obviously much cooler. It looks really good. I absolutely love the paint job on here. The little praying mantis on the side cracks me up. Very, very cool. I guess this is the only way you can have a Dodge Avenger be acceptable, is if it's literally a dragster. Very, very cool car. So we'll go ahead and take a look again at our card here. It says Jim Dunn is the owner and Frank Pedregon, right, we said that. Frank Pedregon is the driver. This is their 98 funny car. So I guess, yeah, it's like a 98 Dodge Avenger. Oh, horrible car. What was I going to say about this? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Pedregon. So I think Cruz Pedregon is his son. And I do have quite a few Cruz Pedregon cars, but they are tucked far, far away. I won them from a Snap-on dealer quite a while ago, so... But that is the last car for today's video. Looks like we're coming in right at about 40 minutes there. So we'll go ahead and zoom back out. And like I said, my parking garage is still full, and there's so much here that it would just be chaotic trying to fill the parking garage up anyway. So we'll just kind of bring everybody around for a group photo here as we come to the end of this video, our little drag strip day. That is all of my new to me Johnny Lightning dragsters. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys have been asking about my dragster collection, although some of you, I guess those of you that have been around on the channel for quite a while, have seen my dragster collection growing and growing, but those of you who I guess are new to the channel, this would be your fill-in video. So, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you're leaving a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button so you know when I'm uploading new videos. I am going to try and get back to my more frequent uploading, but it is kind of difficult just with the overall lack of space that I have at the moment. I'm looking into a couple new cases, a couple new wall displays, because things on the wall are certainly spreading. Actually, if I just go like this, take you off of here and look around, and this is going to be really surprising for those of you who have been on the channel for a while and remember when I actually first started sticking these cards to the wall here and we were on top of a dresser. The wall has come a long way. There's just so much stuff. I mean, we've got autographed stuff. We've got, you know, 1 of 50 in the world type cars, airplanes, limited edition mail-in cars from the 90s. I just got that sign this weekend. It says Camaro High Performance. I scored a couple new Lionel NASCAR next-gen NASCAR Authentics. So now, I believe I showed you the Dale Jr. I've got 2 Ross Chastains now. We've got Corey LaJoie. I like him. I watch his podcast, the Stacking Pennies. 2 Kyle Larsons. That's my boy. We love Kyle and Ross. Those are my 2 favorite drivers, Kyle and Ross. William Byron. We've got 2 of him. Chase Elliott. If you follow NASCAR, Chase Elliott's in some hot water right now. He got himself into some trouble. And then Alex Bowman down there. And that makes up, that's actually all 4 of the Hendrick Motorsports guys there. So, little update for you. But that is going to do it for today's video. I think I've talked long enough. Let's get this into editing, and I'm going to start sticking some of my new cards on the wall here. And yeah, like I said, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. Let me know you guys are enjoying the content and everything. And I will see you guys in the next video.